morning, everyone. It is very bright, even though it's very early. So it's going to be another one of these I have to wear my blast shield days. But this morning I woke up thinking about, I had lots of conversations last night with Wes and 3 of 12 and Aiden and several other people in the cabal after the stream. And I had a very active mind when I woke up. And I was thinking about ideals. What ideals we have, ideals we should have. And it made me think about state structures, it made me think about militaries, it made me think about structural ideology like liberalism versus socialism versus Marxism, National Socialism, that kind of thing. And I have some things to say. I want to drop my opinions on these ideas that people talk about a lot. I don't think they matter, really, because we don't have power or control to shape or do anything. So I kind of think that talking about this kind of topic is pointless wank at this point. But I will share some thoughts of mine on government itself, militaries, that kind of thing. Now, being a lucky person who lives in this magical shire, like as far as the eye can see that way, it's just more of the same lush farmlands and bunches of Appalachian hillbillies live here and take care of the land and take care of the things that our people have taken care of here for 200 years. Like you can see over here, like you watch my videos, you know what it's like here. And when I think about all the places that aren't like this anymore, that used to be like this, especially in European countries, like it's just sad, it breaks my heart. And some people that are big government or American nationalists or NatSoc community people, many of whom are good people, by the way, they want to take control of government and the war machine. They believe that this thing is sort of like an inevitable creation. Well, I know that I'm like a Mises libertarian or whatever, like at root, I like Austrian economics, I like breaking down the state brick by brick and removing this cancerous machine. But I thought about it a lot this morning while I was getting up. And I think that when it comes to governments and militaries, I think about the community of people that I live in now, right? It can't be that different from rural communities in England or Germany or Sweden or Finland or whatever. It can't be that different because I look at pictures on the internet, I look at videos, and it seems like rural life for North European blooded people is pretty similar, and we build pretty similar things that doesn't really need a big government or military. And it makes me think, like here where I live now, it's practically a pristine wonderland, right? It's like 100% homogenous Anglo-Saxon descendants of people that settled here 200 years ago. Almost 100% of people have the same language, dialect, the same religion, same churches. We all like to hunt and fish and grow stuff and have pets and dogs and pigs and chickens and stuff. And it's been that way since, God only knows, 100 years ago, 150 years ago. And things are pretty good. We don't have government influence out. Oh, it's way too bright for me to take these off yet. Woo! We don't really have government out here. Cops don't really come out here either. Like, you can pretty much make, build, and do anything out here as long as you aren't disturbing other people. Nobody will really care and nobody will call the law on you for sure. We'll stop at my favorite tree here for a minute because it's in the shade. Yay, I actually get shade. Hello, horse. This is a very idyllic spot, so we'll stop here for a moment. But I got to thinking about what it's like here rurally and what it would be like if we had this kind of life here being what's most common, not what's least common. And I don't really think that you need a lot of governance because things here just sort themselves out. High homogeneity of language, ethnicity, race, religion, language, custom, that really high homogeneity leads to really high trust and peace. Where was I? Okay. I don't think that you need large bureaucratic governance. I don't think you need it at all. The only thing that I can think of that you would need at all, if people lived like I do here, would be a federal government or governing body to manage defense. Because the only thing that we would need, if we had a high-trust, homogenous society of people that love each other and get along and want to do the same thing, the only thing we would need government for is to manage a defensive military and keep other large collective people with big militaries from coming in and taking us over. That's really the only thing I can imagine that we would need some kind of military for. Now, I know that many people act like large corporations and these big global NGOs and governments that act like businesses are never going to go away. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, they look like they're on shaky ground right now anyway. Now, I know that rich people and powerful oligarchs, it's very hard to dislodge those people. I get that. But nothing is forever. And I don't think that we should act like the horrible cancerous systems that we have now are somehow permanently lodged as a facet of our existence forever. We should be more forward-thinking than that if we're going to talk about these not weird, but if we're going to talk about these sort of obtuse, pointless topics anyway. I think that if we have a chance to build from the ashes, or if we actually have the chance to take control of the United States and shape it, I think taking down and taking apart most of the alphabet agencies in government, breaking down most of the bureaucracy is a good idea. It's a noble goal that we should do. So I'm still heavily aligned in mindset with the sort of Hoppian Austrian economic style. Let's take apart this awful beast brick by brick as we can and replace it with something that's more holistic and natural from the people that live in an area, right? And when it comes to if that would last, I don't know. I mean, nothing really lasts, but it is a good goal to have. I understand that if you have a big military for defense, soldiers want to be soldiers, leaders want to be leaders, and if you're just nothing but hammers, everything looks like nails. I get that, and I understand there's a lot of men that war and conflict calls to them. I get that. I understand. But I still think that warmongering and this evil American empire nation building shit, I think that that's evil and will always bite us in the ass, and I don't think we should ever have any part of that ever again. Now, I fully believe that there's going to be people, whether it's from Russia or India or China or wherever, that are probably going to want to go on some kind of expansionistic war machine type thing again. That just seems to be how life happens here on the Third Rock. It's been happening for thousands of years. But I don't think that we should aim to have or control a government that has a massive military machine complex that needs and wants constant, endless war, because I think that's bad for us in every way imaginable. And so we should seek to break down the building blocks that supports that and calls for that, if we ever have enough control to dramatically change the system that we're in. So I don't know, that's just been on my mind lately. Because I talk to people like Aiden Spoon that want to return to the base Catholic monarchy or whatever. And I talk to people who are very forward-thinking, sort of Heinlein Libertopia types. And it's on my mind a lot, but I just don't talk about it much because it's kind of pointless wank. What good comes of this kind of talk? Like, nothing actionable, nothing good, really. I feel like there is a place for academics, and this is mostly a topic for academic-only discussion because 99% of us are never going to have a say in any of this shit anyway, and it doesn't matter. So, but I do like to share my ideas on things. So, I do like the sort of Mises thousands of Liechtenstein ideas. That's cool. I do like a more confederated republic, not a less confederated one. I think that we can have unity without massive bureaucracy. I think that it is possible. I think that it would be necessary for healthy living of the way that my people and my genetics called me to live. I think that it would be healthier on the world stage if we only had defensive military and we could end this horrible forever war machine. I think that would be a good thing, not just morally, but practically for us as well. Ooh, this is pretty here. You see a happy dog down there having a bark with another happy dog. Real pretty here, I love it. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and end the video here now. I'm more than halfway back home now. I just wanted to get my ideas out. And whether you're someone who loves America and wants to keep the American Constitution and the American Republic system, or you might be a NatSoc, I have a lot of sympathy with NatSoc ideals that I've heard about. It seems to be very sympathetic to early American life, and I like that. If you are a based Catholic monarchy type, I mean, if that ever does happen and we have a good ruler and it does happen, I mean, it's got to be better than what we have now, right? But I don't see, in my lifetime, I don't see that ever happening for us. Maybe it will, I don't know, I doubt it though. But I encourage you all to not care too much about this topic or this wank, but I wanted everybody to know where I stand. I think that as long as the focus is on the well-being of the people that make the place, that's the nationalism in me, and as long as those people understand they have to give up something for the embetterment and the safety of all of the communities, that's the NatSoc in me, I think that whatever we create, as long as we keep those two things in mind, will probably be pretty good for us. You have to keep the people as the main focus. So no mass migration, none of this ugly anti-white cancer on TV and video games and stuff that teaches people to self-destruct or hate their own race or to breed with other races with open arms. Like, you know, on an individual level, I don't have a moral problem if two people genuinely fall in love and they're of different ethnicities or races or whatever. If that happens organically, naturally, that's different than having this evil system mind-warring us into as many of our women as possible doing that. Like, there's a distinction there. So, you know, one I think is evil, and one I think is just natural. Although I wouldn't encourage it, it's still just a natural product of human interaction. So, as long as we keep those things in mind, and as long as all the communities understand they have to contribute to some kind of larger body or protective force, even if it's just, you know, the 1,000 Liechtenstein ideas, or if it is something larger, more like a United States, as long as we keep those two things sort of as the primary ideals in whatever system of governance and socioeconomics we create in the future, I think we'll be okay. So that's, again, I don't think I know enough, and I doubt anybody knows enough to say exactly what system will be best for us in the future. Those things are just sort of, I hate to use the word organic, but they just have to happen as they happen from people that have a lot more money and power than I ever will. And I don't feel like anything that I can say or do will change that or bring about something that I can will to be by just talking. So I kind of think these topics are pointless wank again, like I said. So, but now you know what I think about this topic. We all chewed the fat about it a while last night, and it was a good time. So before this drags on any longer, I see I'm at 13 minutes already. I'm going to edit this down. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I might be able to make another video this week. We'll see. I have a lot of things on my docket, especially because I'm trying to build here and network with people and get people to come visit. And so, man, I got a lot on my plate, and I'm trying to keep up on stuff on my channel. It's just hard. So I love you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I might see you again soon this week. I don't know. But they're building a new house here, so things continue to grow. And one of the reasons that I love living here is if I didn't go looking for bad news every day on the internet, and I didn't live in this sort of activist nationalistic cluster, if I just turned off the internet and the TV and just lived life here, I wouldn't know anything was wrong at all. Except for like gas prices and stuff. But it really is peaceful and idyllic here, and I hope that places like this can remain long enough for us to win. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. God bless everybody.